Hey everybody, it's Joe from the Strange Voyage Files. It is January 1st, 2026. Happy New Year. You know what? Why don't we start the year off with a big pile of crap? I had no idea what video I was going to do today. Definitely wanted to do something. And driving around earlier today, this absolutely horrendous, terrible version of Back in the Saddle comes on the radio with Aerosmith and YUNGBLOOD. Seems to be this YUNGBLOOD seems to be the go-to guy for everything now, ever since he sang Changes at the Back to the Beginning concert. So I knew that this One More Time EP existed. Really had no intention of buying it. I still have no intention of buying it. I listened to all this on YouTube. And I thought, well, let's see how this is, because I did hear the first song, which I gotta pull it up. I don't even My Only Angel. Yeah, they released that. That was their single. I did hear that, and I was not impressed at all. Let's go through this heaping pile of garbage, and then let's talk a little bit about this. All right, let's rank this trash. Yeah, and I have a feeling you're gonna get an idea where this is going. My Only Angel. Didn't even write a note for this. It's a 2. I mean, it's not something that shouldn't have been written, I guess, but it is exactly. Put it to you this way: this entire stupid EP sounds exactly like you would expect it to. We're going to try to sound a little bit more like YUNGBLOOD. We're Steven Tyler's on this country kick, so now they're sounding country. It just it is absolutely in every wrong direction. Everything an Aerosmith fan would not want to hear from the band. They should have just done another rap. They should have done another Walk This Way with Run DMC. It's so horrible. It reminds me of every bad Def Leppard album. Everything after, I guess I'll give you Euphoria's okay. Everything after Euphoria, and especially when they did the stuff with the big one, Taylor Swift and whatnot. When they just every horrible thing you would not want from a band that you liked. They followed this formula. All right, let's go through this garbage again. My Only Angel is a 2. Next one is Problems. Yeah, the problem with this is the entire EP. It was a 1. What I put here, yeah, this is the end where I wrote the Def Leppard thing. Sounds like and it also sounds like a song. This horrible garbage sounds like a song that was. I reviewed this movie too, The Rocker, great movie, but it sounds like something that band ADD in the movie would have written. Absolutely terrible, like late 90s, early 2000s trash. And YUNGBLOOD, that's his voice, is that era, which I cannot stand. Problems is garbage, it's a 1. The next one is Wild Woman. Yeah, this is where we start doing country and all that stuff. Absolute trash, it's a 1. 1,000 Days, I gave it a 2. Oh yeah, it's trying to be a ballad. Let's try to do our Angel, Dream On, whatever type thing. But again, with that early 2000s garbage vibe, yeah, it doesn't work. It's a 2. I mean, probably should have been a 1, but then but it's a 2. Then the Sacrilege. Let's take Back in the Saddle, and let's redo that song. Yeah, no need to. Rocks is where you listen to that one. That's a 1. Then Wild Woman from Lainey Wilson. This is the digital bonus track. Again, a country song. It is a 1. Absolute garbage. Average out in this piece of garbage is nothing but a 1. This EP is a 1. Okay, absolute trash. But let's talk a little bit about this. Mr. Steven Tyler, I can't perform anymore, blah, blah, blah. I'm done. I absolutely can't do anything ever again. Blah, 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 blah. All his load of BS. Well, it looks like you can, Steven. It looks like you absolutely can still do things, and only when you want to. Now, my big problem, Joey Kramer. Nothing to do with this. And they put Matt Sorum, who I hate. I cannot stand Matt Sorum. You can say whatever you want in the comments. That guy sucks so bad it's not even funny. I will fly this, and I'm not a big GNR fan, but I am a Steven Adler fan. And I will fly the Steven Adler flag till the world comes to an end. Matt Sorum sucks. Absolutely sucks. This is who they find to be on this EP. They've treated Joey Kramer like garbage. Steven Tyler has stepped on this man's throat for decades. Steven Tyler, you hear stories, he's really, really nice, really, really nice. Then you hear these other stories, how terrible he is. And wasn't he somebody who had adopted? No, that was Ted Nugent, but wasn't he dating somebody underage in the 70s? Something weird like that. Yeah, Steven Tyler is not somebody who I would consider to be a stand-up, wonderful pillar of the community. But he has terrorized Joey Kramer for decades. And let's throw it out to what it is. Throwing Joey Kramer out of the band, as we have seen. I just did the video on Journey when I talked about Ross Valerie and Steve Smith. Let's get as much money out of the band as possible. So if we throw the Wink Link, Joey Kramer out, let's throw Bill Ward out, let's throw Mick Mars out, then we can split performance royalties 4 ways instead of 5 ways. That's why Joey Kramer was thrown out. Maybe he can't do the touring anymore. Okay, that's fine. He could play in a studio album. He could play on a studio EP. They don't want to pay him performance royalties. That's what it comes down to. Joey Kramer's a great guy, stand-up guy, always been wonderful to the fans. Treated like garbage by Perry and Tyler, especially Tyler. And Hamilton and Whitford have no backbone to stand up for their friend. Now, what about Tom Hamilton and Brad Whitford? We don't even know. There's so many conflicting stories. I guess Brad Whitford was on Mr. I Know Everybody, Eddie Trunk's show, and said he had nothing to do with it. But when you look stuff up online, he did play on some of it. Tom Hamilton may or may not have played on it. Who knows? So this very well could be a Joe Perry, Steven Tyler. Let's use the Aerosmith name with YUNGBLOOD. YUNGBLOOD is not a bad singer. I don't like his style of singing. Do your own stuff. But he's, all these bands are hooking onto him because he did this version of Changes, which nothing beats Black Sabbath's version of Changes. I don't like YUNGBLOOD's version. I don't like Kelly Osbourne and Ozzy's. I don't like Black Sabbath. That is Changes. End of story. And so Aerosmith said, hey, let's take this a few steps further, and we're going to use YUNGBLOOD's name to try to revitalize ourselves. Yeah, no. You crashed and burned with music from another dimension, and what was left of that ship that was burning, you nuked with this One More Time garbage. Get the band back together, write a rock album to be your swan song, and end your legacy, at least with your heads held high, with all 5 members. No, it's not going to happen. If we get another Aerosmith album, God knows what Frankenstein version of trash we will absolutely get. Yeah, this completely, don't even waste your time on this thing. It is a joke. All right, it's my 2 cents. What do you guys think? Like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And I'll see you.